Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to talk about my job hunt journey. Later on in the video, the person who interviewed me for my current job will be in the video. Stay tuned. Yeah, for that part. My job hunt started my senior year of undergrad. I applied to numerous jobs, and this was in 2010 through 2011, and I got a lot of interviews. I just got no job offers. After I graduated from undergrad, I was like, now what? And because I had no job offers, I went to grad school immediately. Throughout grad school, I was applying, and I went on at least 20 interviews in grad school, and I got no job offers. And because I was in grad school full time, my program lasted 1 year only. And so by 2011, when I graduated, I still had no job offers. Then after I got my master's in accounting, I was really nervous, and I was like, okay, now it's time for the real world. It's no more schooling after this, and so now I need a real job. But lots of interviews, no job still. My next option was to join the military. My dad and my brother are in the military, and I was like, well, may as well join the military. If I can't, I'll get a job. In my interview with my recruiter, they told me that with my stuttering, I probably wouldn't make it through the medical assessment, because in case of an emergency, they said I probably couldn't communicate, and that could put it everyone else in danger. And so I was like, wow, like, no job. I am through with grad school, and now the military won't even hire me. So my next option was to join the Peace Corps, and that was a long process, and I was like, I need a job. In the meantime, I took a job as an unpaid intern, and with the master's, I was like, I am way more qualified but I had to humble myself and just work for free and to one of these interviewers look past my stuttering. I worked at the unpaid internship like 8 months or so, and this was about 2013 now. Like it had been for years I was interviewing and I had no job still. Throughout the 3 years or so, I probably went on at least 50 interviews, at least 50, and I still had no job. One interview I went on actually was at UIC. My grad school alma mater, and that was like really jumbo, but yeah, at that interview the man he told me that hiring me would be like throwing me into the lion's den, and the people who I would be communicating with would chew me up. He actually told me that. I was in tears after that interview. Like, I was heading home just crying. I was like a last option is the Peace Corps, and right, and I went through the whole Peace Corps process, and right right before I got my Peace Corps placement, the phone rang and I got a job. So when I finally got the phone call that I had a job, I just sat in my car and I cried, and I was like, thank you, Lord, because after all these years, like, it was crazy, but I was happy. Had I given up, like, who knows where I would be now. Now I have a job that I love, and my boss actually agreed to be part of this video. So I want to include her mini interview now.
My name is Michelle Meyer. I am a principal of operations at Benefit Plans Plus. Well, that's an interesting question. The first thing that we looked at, obviously, was your skills on the resume, and what I was most impressed by was that you reached out to me and said, you know, don't be surprised, I have this stutter. And I'm like, okay. So I was really excited to meet you, and our first impression was not only did your resume look well and that you had the skills to do the job, but you dressed very professional, and you held yourself very professional, even though you had this stutter. I mean, I don't look at it as a, I don't know what you call it, but I don't look at it as a disability, because it doesn't hold you back here.
Right.
There's some things that we have a challenge with, but my first impression was, wow, what a great person to have on our team.
Well, thank you.
I've interviewed people over the years with different types of disabilities, and I was raised to look past the way someone looks, the way someone acts, you know, spread love and forgiveness, and when somebody has a disability, you know, get to know them.
Right.
So I go back to my roots of how I was raised. I'm also older, so I'm from a different generation where, you know, there weren't all the human resources laws and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I just go back to my roots of I was raised in a Catholic family where if I had treated anybody differently, I would have gotten a shoe thrown at me.
Yeah.
But my little brother does stutter, so yes, as we were interviewing, I was thinking to myself, this must have been what it felt like him to go through school. He did outgrow it, but
lucky him.
Yeah,
still have mine.
Yeah. Well, I give my mom some credit, and it wasn't severe at all. He to this day he's very introverted, and I believe it's from having that stutter. I remember running home off the bus so that I could get my chores done and go meet his bus when he was in elementary. He was just he wore black rimmed glasses and sat on the bus all by himself.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to protect him from that.
Yeah.
And he did outgrow it, but what I noticed today is he has tics. And
yeah, I'm the same way a little bit.
I've seen that with you. Like you count. And Patrick Shelton, who interviewed with me and is over all of us, he actually him and I have been through some, I guess for lack of better, it's not therapy, but it's 12-step programs because we have family members who have had addiction problems. And so for someone like that, you have to go learn, how do I need to behave towards this person? Even though you go back to your roots, which is kindness, you don't want to enable. And so I was sitting there thinking of my 12 steps while we were interviewing and my little brother, and thinking, she can do the job.
Yeah.
There's no reason to not hire Matice. So.
Awesome.
I think for me, I think about you a lot more than some of the other staff members because, you know, you're quiet, so you're kind of limited. I try to think of ways to pull you into our team. So I know that in some occasions I've said to you, go to a meeting, you know, bring your computer so you can IM, because you're obviously a very talented writer. You can write very well, much better than me. And you have a voice, and I want to make sure that that's heard. And if there's ever anything, like I did some searches on, is there something handheld that we can do for you? I want to do those things, but I also want to challenge you.
Yeah.
Because I know that at some point you're going to get, the role that you're in today, you can go pretty far here. But at some point you're going to get a little bit bored, and I try to challenge you. So I did that with asking Jim, your current supervisor, and Patrick to challenge you with writing an article.
Yeah.
To try and keep you just motivated and let you know that we care about you and your growth. I think about you a little bit more because I just don't want you to fall, under the cracks, because you're very talented and what you do here is very good. And you don't necessarily have to be involved in the chit chat that goes on in the team. It's kind of going back to my little brother. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah. Now you all have watched my little job hunt little story. And the main thing I want to leave you all with is no matter what you're going through, whether you stutter or not, you cannot give up. Hopefully my little testimony helped you all. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye.